Want to know the latest and hottest music hitting the airwaves? Don't be left out. Listen to the Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast. Keith keeps you on the loop with everything you need to know from pop, rock, hip-hop, and the top 40. And we'll throw in news of your favorite artists, concert and tour dates, and so much more. Listen no further, because this is the gold standard in music podcast.
Greetings, good people of the planet Earth and the known universe. You're listening to GSMC's Music Podcast. This is your Captain Keith. Always good to be back. I hope all of you are doing great out there on this great, beautiful planet Earth and the known universe. Yes, it's been raining. The sun is shining. It's raining. It's doing both. Over here in California, this is our winter. Not complaining because it could always be worse. So everything is good. So today, episode 82, our music in review is The Doors with their 50th anniversary new special edition of Waiting for the Sun. And Neneh Cherry, or excuse me, as she calls herself, it's to say properly, which I learned when I listened to the record, Neneh Cherry. Her new album is called Broken Politics. And Binary Star, their new record was one of two, but we're just doing one today called Years Apart. Later on down the line this year, we'll do the other album called Lighty. So we have classic rock and roll, I'm going to say indie soul and hip hop. So there we go. So let's get it. Let's get to it. I'm going to start off the review with Binary Star. So of course, as you guys already know, I love to read to you guys. I like to give you some background information on the artist, especially if it's something that I've reviewed for the first time or an artist I've never reviewed before with all of you here at Golden State Media Concepts, GSMC. Yes. We're going to get into that. So the Binary Star discovered this new record, got it off of Bandcamp. The cover is interesting. It's a black background with white like silhouettes, shadowy silhouettes. It looks like it's of the Last Supper, but everyone is like white in the sense that they're white. You can't see their complexion. There's just white, almost as if these are illustrations waiting to be colored. If that makes any sense. So that's how the artwork looks. Very, very fascinating. I didn't really think about it until just now. And with this, it looks like it has Jesus leaning over to talk to someone, and there might be like a keyboard on the dinner table. So it's like a whole different type of take off the Last Supper. But I like the artwork. It almost looks like safety belt dummy illustration versus comic book in between with the illustration, the way it's done. Also, hip hop graffiti-ish kind of artwork. It's like a mixture of all those things when I look at the artwork. But they're all in white. Like I said, it's almost like they're waiting to be colored in, sitting at the table. And Binary Star is in red letters in the top right-hand corner, contrasted to the black background behind them. Yeah, Years Apart. And Years is in red letters, big red letters, and Apart's in like orange big letters. So there that is. So give me so now let's get into who Binary Star is. So Binary Star equals people people will listen to Lighty and Years Apart and think it's one album, but in reality it's two albums that revolve around each other, and that's how they shine, which is the same definition that One Below, aka One Man Army, the lead rapper from Binary Star, would describe the group Binary Star. So the two-headed dragon, One Below, also known as One Man Army and Binary Star, breathes fire, blows flames. So Binary Star is a hip-hop project by rapper One Below and formerly a duo with rapper Sanem Sila. So it was the two of them. He was the other half of Binary Star. They formed in 1998. The pair met and formed the group during their time in Hiawatha Correctional Facility. So they were in jail. Yeah, that's what that means. Binary Star's debut effort, Waterworld, it's a great album actually, underground like hip hop classic, was produced on a $500 budget and released in 1999 under the label Terrorist Records. Yeah, that's quite an interesting name. An extensive tour of Michigan followed as both members of the duo were on parole and were not permitted to leave the state. See, yeah, you never hear that story, do you? The purpose behind the album was to raise money for a real album, which later became Masters of the Universe. Binary Star switched from Terrorist Records, thank goodness, to Subterraneous Records. I mean, Terrorist Records might have been a nice label, but I'm just not feeling that name at all. So I'm glad they left that label and name behind. Yes. Okay. Moving right along. So yeah, Binary Star switched to Subterraneous Records and released Masters of the Universe. This album was essentially a remixed version of Waterworld, but garnered more attention, selling 20,000 copies. Now, mind you, that's with no airplay, no major radio support. It's an independent hip hop group doing that out of Michigan, out of like Pontiac, Michigan, basically. However, the pair were not getting along particularly well, and citing creative differences, Binary Star was disbanded. They reunited briefly in 2002, doing a concert together at Middlebury College in Middlebury, Vermont. That's cool. But they did not record any new material. Binary Star got together in late 2009, early 2010 to tour. One of their spots being Salt Lake City, Utah. I hate I missed that. I've seen One Below solo, but I've never seen Binary Star. Okay. Let me finish. I'm sorry. I'm over here digressing. Let's see. Get to it, Captain Keith. And that I shall. Let's see where we leave off at. Yeah, the group reunited in 2012 and announced it was working on the EP, tentatively titled Light Years Apart, which was to be a prequel to a full-length LP. On March 29th, though, 2013, Binary Star released its first album in over 13 years, a self-titled EP as a celebration of its 15th anniversary as a duo. Okay, so Sanem did do that with him, okay. Sanem Silla co-hosts the For Really show with lifelong friend and Shade 45 DJ Rude Jude. As of March 2014, Sanem Silla is retired from music. Okay, so he retired. Okay. As of 2016, though, Binary Star is making music again with 4 dates in May in Southern California and Colorado. They appeared in Salt Lake City, Utah again for the Select Sound 420 weekend, but that was about 2 years ago. Okay. So on June 2nd, 2017, One Below released Waterworld 3 under the Binary Star name. Their third studio album, the album featured multiple rappers to fill Sanem Silla's spot, including Mahogany Jones. She's great. Waiting for a new album from her so we can review it. Mike Phelps and Malachi. The album was produced by Decompose, who produced most of Masters of the Universe and One Man Army. Okay. And the true definition of Binary Star is 2 stars that revolve around each other. They may appear to be one. So there you go. So that's a good background on Binary Star, a One Man Army, a.k.a. One Below. And I believe he has to start going by One Below because there was a punk group, or is a punk group, called One Man Army. And Sanem Silla, if I'm saying his name right. So there you go. So now let's get into the record, the one that we're going to review today, Years Apart. So the first track on the album is called Big Dipper. It features Sewoot and Courtney Wheaton Peck. It starts off with piano and timpani, followed by additional drums. A woman is doing spoken word with the saxophone playing in the background. And there's a sample of a woman talking about Mother Nature, actually. I was going to tell you guys more about that, and I forgot to. That's on me. But you pick up the record, you hear what I'm talking about. So let me go further into it. So the percussion changes as you can hear rain in the background with a conga-like percussion with the whistle rhythm in the background. The bass line is faint but steady. The conga-like sound and bass navigate the song. This track has an organic, Afrocentric feel to its production. One Below from Binary Star has a voice that is distinctly conversational within hip-hop, with a hip-hop journalist news anchor feel to it at the same time that is rhythmic, soulful, and jazzy. The song is about the mistreatment of Mother Nature and Mother Earth. The song is also about the corruption of man, especially big business and the American government. He cites donkeys and elephants in one of the verses, referring to Democrats and Republicans, of course. So, and here's the lyrics from this track. Once again, this track is called Big Dipper. So, featuring Say Woot and Courtney Wheaton Peck. I pray I'm saying Say Woot's name right. If I'm not, forgive me. Just hey. So here's the lyrics. Verse 1. It's rain and thunder. Sometimes it makes you wonder how the streets can be a jungle designed to take you under. Some many different jerseys with numbers above hundreds. It could be the same color that don't make you a brother. I'm going to back up and say that again so there's more conviction in my delivery. Some many different jerseys with numbers above hundreds. It could be the same color that don't make you a brother. We call nurture mother, and we claim that we love her. But all we do is poison her and rape her and take from her. Bulldozer, Range Rover, terror get rained on her. So that's not good. Not at all. Break up and make up, Metropolis makeover. Lay it on her. 1 second here. I'm off of my computer. I'll reread that lyric. Break up and make up, Metropolis makeover. Lay it on her, the planes spray on her. Them oil tanks be leaking them stains on her. That nuclear waste stay on her. Shame on them, brothers, censor, who be running that game on her. Tank on her, bank on her, satellite space orbit. Gain on her, claim her corners, and make it harder than lava. Even the farmers got to pay for the water. I ain't hating or waiting on them. I'm H2 oxygen. If you're living God or godless, you need it regardless, I promise. Verse 2. You ever considered water fountains were colorless, white like the scum on top, where all the bubbles sit, donkeys and elephants seated in the government. They could give a damn. Them rivers running and flooding, shh, or shush. The real movement is dark waters and women's lib, subships bent out of shape. Don't get the rudders fixed. It's getting deep. Circus clowns get dunked in it. Learn to love swimming, just in case I gotta jump in it. The giant issues get sunk in it. It's not exactly Titanic, but enough to make a sponge bigger. Hard stuff, intoxicants and drunk spirits, alcohol and drug business. Ring around the tub, children. You blow the whistle and make the call. It's double dribble. Travel where the thunder never rumble. Drizzle, puddle, little. Humble, simple, clean her face with her mother's spit. Well, her sister added water to the bucket list. Another rinse, another lip. My tongue spit a flow. Through the pipes and ducts, funnels with gutter lyrics. Whet the appetite. Hook you with the mudfish. Pull a sink stopper, but the levers don't budge, did it? The progeny of Adam and his front rib. Bismarcky siblings, but you say he just a friend. You heard us like Noah. You probably think we was twins. The only thing thicker than water, blood is. So that's the first song, and he's just going off about corruption in politics and government and the way we abuse Mother Nature. So, of course, this song's not going to get put on the radio. But what? A rapper talking about the environment? A rapper talking about defending Mother Earth and Mother Nature? Wow, okay. Isn't that nice? Yes, it is. So that's just the first song. Gemini, Jim N.I., featuring Jason Berry. It starts off with keys that sound robotic in rhythm as Jason Berry soulfully sings. And I wish I knew how to describe his voice. It's just... it's like it's similar to like Michael McDonald's, kind of, and that's the closest I can get to it. It's just kind of and I say that as a compliment. It's just hard to describe his voice, but it's just very soulful and it's very distinct when you hear it. Like Michael McDonald's, like I said, that's very distinct. The similarities, not the exact same, but they're in the same type of realm, very similar. More about this song after this break.
Always on the go, but the day just won't be one without your Hollywood fix. Let Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast take care of that. An all-inclusive look of pop culture.
Once again, you're listening to GSMC's Music Podcast. This is Captain Keith, and we are currently reviewing the new Binary Star record called Years Apart, and we're on the second track I want to talk about called Gemini, Gem-N-I, so that's Gemini, the way it's spelled, G-E-M-I-N-I, and then space G-E-M, and then I-N, and then E-Y-E, featuring Jason Berry. So, yeah, let's get, I was talking about how his voice is, it's hard to describe. It's just very soulful, very cool. It's similar to Michael McDonald's voice, from Doobie Brothers fame and solo fame. Not the same, but in that realm, the deepness of the voice. So this song starts off with keys that sound robotic and rhythms, I was saying before. And as Jason Berry soulfully sings, the synth bass is faint and matches the robotic sounding keys from the intro. The percussion is minimal. Jason Berry's vocals and the bass anchor this song. There's also a sample of someone singing, No, We're Gonna Make It Tonight. That sample vocal repeats in the background through most of the song. This song is about One Below falling in love, basically. And here's the lyrics. All aboard the love train, leave, betray reason. Perfect strangers and companions in the same evening. From the first day, seeing now I can't explain. Still can't believe beauty sleeping while I'm daydreaming. Pinch of cinnamon, wake up, begin again. Love stories never end. It's time to use my pen again. Hundreds of rhymes I was anxious to bust. Nowadays when we touch, body scared and such. Taking care of your health, how you live, how you carry yourself. How we enjoy the same books on the shelf. Plus I love the face you make when I woo in your ear. Be like, even when I'm kissing you, I'm being sincere. That means even when we kick it in the scene or the crib, got me buzzing off the smile. I don't need me a beer. Connected minds over matter. We don't need to be here. Why fight it? Wi-Fi when the signal is clear. Clever. I like that. Second verse. My mind puzzled. I was incomplete. But little did I know you were the missing piece. Not a sweet snack, more like a dinner feast. Lady in the streets, in the jungle she a different beast. So discreet, her lifestyle, no deceit. Many overlook, cause she's an open book, and they don't read. Once upon a time, let me proceed, slow speed. In between the lines, let us go deep. You know how rare it is, happy ending narratives. Ferris wheels spinning, ain't got nothing in comparison. A heart afflicted, once guarded by once guarded by missile defenses. But neither one of us believe in coincidences. Don't judge the book by the cover or skin. It's only alive. Oh my. Let's see. When the heart is in 1,000%, you inspire lovebirds to follow the wind. The Queen of Sheba inspired songs by Solomon's pen. Yeah, I like that song. So very clever wordplay. Now this next track, so he called the album Years Apart, but he could have just called it The Last Supernova. When I was reviewing this record and listening to the song, I was misreading the title. I thought it said The Last Supernova, but no, it's The Last Supernova. So this is the last track I'm talking about on this record. So it starts off with a very smooth piano an intro while a father and son have a conversation about a book in the background. You can hear someone in the background harmonizing. The piano intro actually becomes a mainstay rhythm throughout the song. It anchors the song. The drums have a basic snare, kick, drum, cymbal combo rhythm. There are various vocal samples in this song as well that are placed in a way that add to the song's narrative. This song seems to be about Jesus being a superhero, a Cape Crusader. It's also about loved ones lost in hip-hop like Jay Dilla and Ba10 from Slum Village. Binary Star uses very clever Bible references to make that point, including books from the Bible. And here's the lyrics. Some things change, some things remain the same. Since the old school, New James. As he flew through the pages, he turned it into a Cape Crusader. Now he's off on his new thing. He's the Cape Crusader. Thumper, 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 thumper. Verse 1. And then apparently that was the chorus. So, new from the Genesis, I had to make an Exodus. Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy checklist. You Joshua's want to judge me because I'm ruthless? Uncle Sam, you well. He strategized the movements. 2 Kings is a drama. 2 Kings is drama, so I spit chronicle. Ezra never mind a Nehemiah when I write it, though. To-bit Judy a cutie. Or 2-bit Judy a cutie. Sold her body for money. But God loves Esther. Fred used to call her ugly. Cold as ICE. Cube. Who's the Mac? A B. A man. The church say who? That's my J-O-B. Job. Wow. I really like this wordplay that we're using the Bible. It's very, very, very clever. I hope Mike's in my palm. Rock Goliath with every psalm. Proverbial tongue. Songs of Suleiman. Being in the book of wisdom. Sirachness. Isaiah Thomas guarding my points and profits. Balling for sport. Think Jordan in Carolina. Recording my rare assignment when I'm bored with Jeremiah. I try again Ezekiel. What if Daniel lying then? I'm like, no way, Hosea, when I find a pen. Oh well, farewell, Joel. Peep the syllable. Famous Amos people, Obadiah individual. Flow take you deeper than Jonah. It's so abysmal. And Lou, still get the signal for Rigno. Micro poems on microphone for you to consume. It's hard to stay tuned. Some people be knowing Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, and Zechariah. Let's take it back to the top. Shout out to Malachi. These Old Testaments from Decompose and Zayoski, the Prodigy, the words out of me, harmony, prophecy. And shout out to all the ones who never doubted me. Eyes once blind, now I see how it gotta be. And here's the chorus. Some things change, some things remain the same. Since the old school, New James. As he flew through the pages, he turned into a Cape Crusader. Now he's off in his new thing. He's the Cape Crusader. Thumper, 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 thumper. This is a true story about a young man who once read a book. You could tell by the way he looked, he was shook. His head started thumping. His heart started jumping. He walked into the booth looking for a savior as he returned the Cape Crusader. Second verse. It's nothing like the textbooks in the classroom. These testaments brand new. They add to, subtract to, divide you. Matthew, excuse me, math, you, and then Matthew. That's when the footprints took step in the dark. Now the poison from the dart already leaving its mark. Some lukewarm water meant to wash off the stains. Really pissed off John because it stayed the same. Like rappers touring Rome, doing acts like Romans. Corinthians and other Corinthians, what a bonus. Galatians, inspiration in my pages. Ephesians, pledge allegiance to my thesis. Flip these Philippian files for you Colossians. If these files rated X, man, I'm still Colossus. Shout out to Thess 1, Timothy 2. Ba10 was the Titus and Dilla's the proof. Wow, see that? Clever. Rest in peace. Some believe it when they see it in Philemon, or like when a preacher's voice be like James Earl Jones when he's speaking. Peter Piper, Peter Pan, Pope John Paul, told John Doe. He was a Jean-Claude Van Damme. I hate to be a rude Jude. I know that's your man. But love was lost in the translation, my revelation. Pardon my Hebrew, because I basically left out Ecclesiastics, #Bible. I wonder how long it took me to write those lyrics. Wow. So Binary Stars, Years Apart, is a hip-hop record with themes on mortality, redemption, religion, obsession. Give me 1 second here. Because now I forgot about it, but let me see if he is touring. Let's see. And it looks like, no, he's not. He's not touring yet. Okay. Just wanted to double check on that. That's all. No worries. So we will leave off at, okay, so, yeah, I'll start that over again. Binary Stars, Years Apart is a hip-hop record with themes on mortality, redemption, religion, obsession, male and female groupies, space and time, environmentalism, corruption of man / politics, and the non-glorification of crime. One Below has picked back up the Binary Star mantle, and he makes it soar. Some of One Below's lyrics can be a little too abstract at times, but that is the lesser and not the greater. Otherwise, his dual symbolism provides a compelling narrative. I really enjoy how he allows certain samples to totally enhance the lyrical content of the songs on this record. This is one of 2 records that Binary Star put out simultaneously, as I said before earlier in the podcast. The second record is called Lighty. I will be reviewing this record as well this year. On a scale from 1 to 10, with 1 being the worst and 10 being the best, I give this record an 8. Favorite tracks are Big Dipper featuring Saddlewood and Courtney Wheaton Peck, Saddle Light, so SADDLE space LIGHT, Light Years Apart, Clusters, Gemini, Jim N.I. featuring Jason Berry, Space, The Last Supernova, and then Saturn, Sad Turn Around, which is in parentheses capital S and then STAR, and featuring DMT. So yeah, those are my favorite tracks on the record. So definitely pick it up. And then also the Binary Star music and the One Below, his production style is very. It has like a jazzy boom bap feel to it. So yeah, probably the best way I can describe it. So the next record to review is Neneh Cherry. Her new album is called Broken Politics, and the cover art is interesting. It's her in the middle of the street, and she's got like this long flowing one piece, like light blue, sky blue pinstripe dress that's a button down from her neck all the way down to the bottom to her toes. It's long sleeve, and I guess maybe it's windy outside because her hair is blowing upward, and she's looking at you like she's trying to stop you. I'm not quite sure. And she's got something underneath her left arm. It might be like a palm tree or something. I don't know what that is under her left arm. And there's like a red patch too on the left side of her chest. On her shirt, a big giant like red patch or a pocket, I'm not sure. And you can see her shadow behind her. But yeah, it's just Broken Politics. It's like a color photo. Like she might have been about to run somewhere or walk somewhere, and someone snapped a picture of her. That's how it kind of looks, but it's cool. It's a nice color photo. It's a nice cover album. It looks like like it was a picture that was just like freshly taken and just filled with nice color and tones to it. So let's talk about her. Born Neneh Marianne Carlson with the K. She was born in Sweden to a Swedish mother and a father from Sierra Leone. Her mother raised her in a commune with her stepfather, jazz musician Don Cherry, who's also the father of Eagle Eye Cherry. We'll talk more about Nena's background after this break and get into the review of the record.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. Hey! The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
Once again, you're listening to GSMC's Music Podcast. And once again, this is Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast. This is Captain Keith, and we're currently reviewing the new Nena Cherry record called Broken Politics, and we're getting into her background. So she moved to London in the 1980s and immersed herself in the Bristol music scene, where Massive Attack and Portishead would form. Getting involved with bands such as the Cherries, the Slits, New Age Steppers, Rip Rig, plus Panic, and Float Up CP. But it was her collaboration with the duo Morgan McVeigh, who released only the one single, Looking Good Diving, that would be the springboard to launch her into international stardom. The single's B-side featured Cherry rapping over the A-side's instrumental tracks, with what later became the lyrics to her 1988 debut breakout single, Buffalo Stance. Its music reworked by Bomb the bass Tim Simonon, which reached the top 10 in 11 countries, actually. Her debut album, Raw Like Sushi, quickly followed, spawning several more successful singles, including Man Child, which reached the top 10 in 7 countries, and Kisses on the Wind, which made the top 20 in 6 countries. Cherry's next 2 albums found continued success in the UK and moderate success internationally, the most successful being 1996's Woman. Between those albums, Cherry found major success with 2 collaborations, Love Can Build a Bridge with Cher and Chrissie Hynde, interesting, and 7 Seconds with Yasun Nador. I remember that song. That's a great song. I have to listen to the one with her and Cher and Chrissie Hynde. Check that out. 10 years would pass until a studio album with Circus would arrive. After another Circus album in 2009, Cherry collaborated with The Thing. Okay. Cherry's 4th solo album, Blank Project, arrived in 2014. 18 years after her 3rd one, it had no charting singles. Okay. So, let's see. The new album, her 4th one, is produced by Fortet, Broken Politics. So, let's see. And it's on the Super Sound / AWOL recordings. Nena calls this album quieter and more reflective, and she states the following, the information she shares. I'm very shy about taking on big themes with the artists that I've got a solution. Excuse me. I'm very shy about taking on big themes with the heirs that I've got a solution. Who has the freaking solution, Censor? I like writing from a personal perspective and the time we live in, And the time we live in is so much about finding your own voice. People have been left feeling misheard, misunderstood, and disillusioned. What the freak can I do? Censor. Maybe politics starts in your bedroom or your house, a form of activism and a responsibility. The album is about all of those things, feeling broken, disappointed, and sad, but having perseverance. It's a fight against the extinction of free thought and spirit. I have a name, you have a name. We're not just these faceless mounds you can put in the ground. We're human beings with lives and stories. The album's cover was actually shot by Wolfgang Tillmans, recognized for shooting the cover photo of Frank Ocean's Blonde. Okay, same photographer. All right. So that's her take on the record, and we're going to get into my take on the record now. So the first track is called Fallen Leaves. It starts off with a single note on the synthesizer as well as outside atmospherics. Drum programming and piano follow. The percussion sounds like brush sticks mixed with drumsticks hitting on the snare with a slightly muffled percussive sound. The muffled brush-stroked percussive sound and piano navigate the song. You can also hear a shamisen sound effect layered over the piano main rhythm. It is faint yet poignant to the production to the song. The song is about Nena's relationship ending. There is clarity and sadness in regards to the demise of the relationship. The fallen leaves symbolize the relationship falling apart and both parties feeling like strangers to each other now that it is over. So, and here's the lyrics. And we'll get into the definition of what the shamisen is later on. Now everything in focus, I can see it clearly. Every little detail, crystal clear and dread, breaks my little brain. The clarity hurts, so looking at the pain now. We clearly let us down. If I could alter, shift over petty ways. Plastic cups and paper plates, the quiet parties that never end, don't mean a crap, censor. It's easier unsaid. And here's the chorus. Is it fallen leaves, the bird crap on my sleeve? With no luck at all, there'll be no luck or more. Watch me come undone. Look at what you see. Just because I'm down, don't step all over me. The second verse. Keep it under wraps, then keep it sealed and safe. Things we left unsaid, well, they become a roar. Push my buttons best, unraveled at the seams. I have come undone in the fabric of our dreams. Covered them so neatly. Too many layers deep down within me, and yet I guess we're like strangers. I don't even know. Pull my trigger now, and it would drown within me. It's kind of sad. So, and then the next track, one of my favorite tracks, is called Shotgun Shack. It starts off with drum programming with shakers and a high-pitched bell in the background. The percussion is slow-paced and steady. The bass is faint and plays single-note rhythms. The drum programming has a slow-paced, trip-hop feel to it. You can hear wooden blocks being played with like xylophone sticks together towards the middle of the song. Another instrument which sounds like a mandolin is in the background towards the end of the song. The bell-like shaker percussion and bass navigate the song. The song is about the violence and danger that is often attached to gun culture. People playing with guns and killing people on purpose and on accident because they don't understand the levity of gun culture. Some things you shouldn't play with. Guns are definitely one of them. This is definitely one of my favorite songs on this album. So and here's the lyrics. Just some fun and games, took my name in vain. Nothing is the same. Just another day now. Fun and playgrounds. Bend the rules now. Know the rules now. Play the rules now. It's institutional resolutions. It's institutional resolutions. Lack of direction, intersections. And here's the refrain. Pick up a gun. You know you're gonna use it. Know that gun. It's gonna get loaded. Say my name before you pull it. Too late. You know, just took that bullet. Verse 2. Looking front to back through the shotgun shack. You reside too slow to run fast. Run fast. Catching up with you. Too slow to move. It's going to get you. The playground rules. And then the chorus. You can't cry now. Don't even try. Nowhere you can turn. You can't even run away. Two can cry now. Don't even try to ride. You can hide now. You can even turn away. In the bridge. The shotgun living in a shotgun shack. In the back. Living in a shotgun shack. In the back, living with a shotgun, living in a shotgun shack, living in a shotgun shack, living in the back, living with a shotgun, living with the gun, living with your back to the wall. In the pre-chorus, pick up a gun, you know you're going to use it. Know that gun, it's going to get loaded. Say my name before you pull it. Too late, you know, just took the bullet. Just took that bullet. Chorus, you can cry now, don't even try. Nowhere you can turn. You can't even run away. Two can cry now. Don't even try to ride. You can hide now. You can even turn away. then the chorus. You can't cry now, don't even try. Nowhere you can turn. You can't even run away. Two can cry now, don't even try to ride. You can hide now. You can even turn away. So the last song we'll talk about on this record is called Soldier, one of my favorite tracks on this album. It's the last track on the album too, actually. It starts off with keyboard atmospherics that gradually fade in / grow louder. You can hear congas and claps in the drum programming, along with strings effect that sound like the shamisen. So the shamisen or samisen or sangin, both words means 3 strings. It's a 3-string traditional Japanese musical instrument derived from the Chinese instrument sanshin. It is played with the plectrum called a bachi. The shamisen picks up the pace in the middle of the song. The percussion is slow and steady. It anchors the song along with the shamisen sound. So the shamisen that we're hearing, I think, is a sound effect off the programming or the synthesizer, actually. Neneh Cherry duets with her husband, Cameron McVeigh, during the chorus, and it just adds even more flavor to the song. The lyrics to this song are too abstract for me, though. I have no idea what the song's actually about. Possibly feeling like the person who claims to love you doesn't show you enough respect. I mean, I love the production and the feel to the song. That's the best I can tell you in that regard. So here's the lyrics. You're all over me, step back over my spit. You're all over me on the count of the place where I sit. You're all over me, respect me, or then this is it. You're all over me, step back, step back. If you love me anymore, you would run me out. If you love me every thought, I would never doubt. If you love me anymore, you would run me out. If you love me every thought, I would never doubt. Second verse, little stream of consciousness. Better get ready, I'm a soldier. Already gone, I'm a soldier. Took this too far, I'm a soldier. The chorus, if you love me anymore, you would run me out. If you love me every thought, I would never doubt. If you love me anymore, you would run me out. If you love me every thought, I would never doubt. Yeah, accept me everywhere I go. And I will never show. Present me every dance, I hope will never suppose. For in me common sense, keep us on our toes. And then the chorus, if you love me anymore, you would run me out. If you love me every thought, it would never doubt. If you love me anymore, you would run me out. If you love me every thought, I would never doubt. World turn out, I am who I am. You, I care. We, I am. You, care. Yeah. Let's roll down with the brothers in the house. Big chill all the way to the Streatham. All the way to Streatham. My friend, that's the way we roll out. Yeah, we West London massive. Look at what you're viewing now. Jeannie, would you give me your real name? Place unlocked, not of the gangway. Limitations always. Place unlocked, not of the gangway. Limitations always. They should get laid out. Played out, set to gauge range, straight to you, friend. Stretched out, gamers, played out, overrun, stretching out a lot of nothing. Got time for nothing, got to make something, 4, something, some. So, yeah, I don't know what that meant. But I like the song. I mean, I do like her voice is amazing on this, and the duet she does with her husband is really cool. It's a cool, quirky type of song. So I like it. So Neneh Cherry's Broken Politics is a record about broken relationships, disappointment, blood clots, African refugees, gun culture, lies, and corrupt politics. Her voice is soft yet slightly high-pitched with a seasoned indie soul delivery that is flawless. Her lyrics are absolute in the sense that either they are compellingly profound or confusingly abstract. The production has a blend of soul / trip hop / electronica and hip hop that works for most of the record. This is an indie soul record worth listening to and talking about. On a scale from 1 to 10, with 1 being the worst and 10 being the best, I give this record a 7. Favorite tracks are Fallen Leaves, Kong, Synchronized Devotion, Deep Vein Thrombosis, Shotgun Shack, Slow Release, and Soldier. So there you go. Nana Cherry, Broken Politics. Check it out. And when we get back from this break, we will review The Doors' Waiting for the Sun, the 50th anniversary remastered reissue edition.
Watching TV has changed over time. Streaming has become the new norm. That's why Golden State Media Concepts television podcast dives headfirst to the world of cord cutting. Want to be on the loop of what's hot in Netflix? Or if it's not a preference, what about original shows in Hulu? We've got you covered. Join us as we fill in the blanks and talk about movies to stream and what show you should be binging. This is the Golden State Media Concepts television podcast.
And we're back once again. You're listening to GSMC's Music Podcast. And yes, the final review for the hour is The Doors' 50th anniversary. Can't believe it's been 50 years since this record. Waiting for the Sun reissue. The cover art is pretty cool. It's all four members, John Densmore, Ray Manzarek, Jim Morrison, and Robbie Krieger standing in the field somewhere. Looks like it's at sunrise, and you can see like the tall wheat grass in front of them. And it's called, once again, Waiting for the Sun. So apparently the sun's about to rise and they're waiting for it. So it's cool. So just like the Doors' first two songs, I'm going to read, excuse me. So let's get into the background before I get into the review. So just like the Doors' first two albums, the third, 1968's Waiting for the Sun, is getting a deluxe reissue for its 50th anniversary this year. And it did. It includes newly remastered audio, a disc of previously unreleased rough mixes of tracks from the sessions, and 5 live songs from the Doors' performance in Copenhagen in September 1968. The band is also putting out a 7-inch single to commemorate Hello, I Love You, reaching number 1 on August 3rd, 1968. That vinyl record featuring the single's original B-side, Love Street, on the flip will be released on the song's number 1 50th anniversary. So there you go. Of August 3rd. So Waiting for the Sun was released in July of 1968 and became the Doors' only number 1 album, which I'm surprised to hear because, I figured like their other albums did so well. I'm just shocked that, it took them 3 albums before that happened. In addition to Hello, I Love You, the album includes classics like The Unknown Soldier, Spanish Caravan, and 5 to 1. The 2 CD/1 LP collection includes the album's original stereo mix, freshly remastered from the original master tapes by Bruce Botnick, who was the band's longtime engineer and mixer. And later on, he worked his way up through the ranks and he produced L.A. Woman. So he went from engineer to producer. He probably did both, but he definitely produced L.A. Woman. So yeah, he was their engineer for just about all of their records up until L.A. Woman. He produced that record, which is a great album too, actually. The Riders on the Storm. So I just wanted to add that to you because it doesn't tell you that in the notes here. The 14 tracks on the second disc feature early mixes of many of Waiting for the Sun songs, plus 5 recordings from the Doors Copenhagen. Yeah, I already mentioned that. One of the recordings that are live is The Wasp, Texas Radio, and The Big Beat, and Backdoor Man. I prefer some of these rough mixes to the finals, Botnick says in a press release announcing the 50th anniversary deluxe edition. As they represent all the elements and additional background vocals, different sensibilities on balances, and some intangible roughness, all of which are quite attractive and refreshing. So there you go. So when the Doors recorded Waiting for the Sun in 1968, they were among the first bands to use Dolby A301 noise reduction processors, which was cutting-edge recording tech at the time. Similarly, the most advanced sound recording innovations were used to make the anniversary edition of Waiting for the Sun. The new release has been encoded with the MQA Master Quality Authenticated process. An MQA disc plays back on all CD players at standard CD quality. But if a conventional CD player is connected to an MQA-enabled device, it can play the same disc back at its original sample rate. So there you go. So let's get into the review. I wanted to read the liner notes from the booklet, but I'm not going to have enough time, I don't think. We'll see. Play it by ear. So first track, one of my favorites, Hello, I Love You. It starts off, we're going to go into like the bonus disc here. It starts the bonus disc off and the initial album off. A drum roll intro opens up, followed by Ray Manzarek's classic rock and roll organ sound. The keyboard effect sounded like a clavinet. The fuzz tone guitar or fuzz box that Robbie Krieger is playing through is matching Ray Manzarek's keys arrangement. John Densmore's drums are laid back. They match Ray Manzarek's rhythm arrangement as well, which is anchoring the song, along with the fuzz tone by Robbie Krieger. Jim Morrison's baritone vocals are deep, soulful, and bluesy. His voice compels you to listen. This song is about being mesmerized by the most beautiful woman who is walking down the street. The Doors understand that this beautiful woman is a goddess. They can tell by the way she carries herself and how everything around her falls by the wayside when she appears. So, it's kind of like Pretty Woman from Roy Orbison, but possibly better. And I love that song too, but it's on that same level. Although in Pretty Woman's about a prostitute, this song's actually about a goddess. Different thing. Just saying. Here's the lyrics. Hello, I love you. Won't you tell me your name? Hello, I love you. Let me jump in your game. Hello, I love you. Won't you tell me your name? Hello, I love you. Let me jump in your game. And here's the verse. She's walking down the street, blind to every eye she meets. Do you think you'll be the guy to make the queen of the angels sigh? And then, of course, hello, I love you. Won't you tell me your name? Hello, I love you. Let me jump in your game. Hello, I love you. Won't you tell me your name? Hello, I love you. Let me jump in your game. Second verse. She holds her head so high, like a statue in the sky. Her arms are wicked and her legs are long. When she moves, my brain screams out this song. Sidewalk crouches at her feet, like a dog that begs for something sweet. Do you hope to make her see you, fool? Do you hope to pluck this dusky jewel? And then the outro, hello, 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 I want you. Hello, I need my baby. Hello, hello, hello. It sounds much better when you hear it. It's just a classic, catchy 60s rock sound that just, I mean, this record was made in the 60s, but even when I hear it, it just sounds great. It still sounds kind of timeless to me. So, Spanish Caravan. Another great track. Starts off with Spanish guitar played by Robbie Krieger. His guitar work on this song provides an anchor for it, actually. The Doors guitarist is also known for playing flamenco-style guitar. Midway through the song, the guitar changes up and plays with the fuzz tone to its texture, like off of Hello, I Love You. Ray Manzarek's keys have a carnival-like sound effect to them, and his playing at times matches Jim Morrison's vocal phrasing, actually. Which is cool. John Densmore's drums primarily sound sparse, as you can hear him playing the drum rims and snare sparingly. This song has a great Spanish rock feel to it. It's definitely one of my favorite songs on this record. The song is about wanting to be taken away by a Spanish caravan. You want it to take you to Portugal and Spain. You just want to be swept away by the charm of it all. So, and here's the lyrics. Carry me, caravan, take me away. You know, take me to Portugal, take me to Spain, Andalusia with fields full of grain. I have to see you again and again. Take me, Spanish caravan. Yes, I know you can. The keys on this, the keys and the guitar. So Ray Manzarek and Robbie Krieger, I mean, they just propel this song. I mean, they really stand out with what they're playing on this track, on this version and the regular version. The second verse, trade winds find gallons lost in the sea, or galleons, excuse me, trade winds find galleons lost in the sea. I know where treasure is waiting for me, silver and gold in the mountains of Spain. I have to see you again and again. Take me, Spanish caravan. Yes, I know you can. So the lyrics, not a whole lot of lyrics, but The way Jim sings it and phrases it, and the way the music is played, it just fills up the whole room. 5-1. We're going to get into this one. Okay. So it starts off with the slow kick drum beat from John Densmore, followed by Robbie Krieger's fuzzbox guitar, matching John's initial kick drum pace. This is followed by Jim Morrison's bellowing about 5-1. The guitar changes with the keys and matching the rhythm until the guitar changes with the keys matching the rhythm until Raymond Zarek begins to navigate the song with his distinct keyboard arrangement, which sounds like a clavinet again. The guitar begins to follow the keyboard arrangement. The drums provide a few drum rolls towards the end of the song as Robbie Krieger guitar solo rips through the air. The drums have a heavy build as the band sings the a cappella about getting together one more time. Their a cappella arrangement sounds better on this rough mix of the song than on the original version. Don't get me wrong, the remastering of this album is amazing. My biggest complaint would be the mono live recordings at the end of the second disc. The musicianship is tight, but the recording itself is just painful to listen to. I feel like I got a better deal with the Beatles' Escher demos off of the White Album re-release, off their 50th year anniversary re-release, actually. And then with these select 5 live songs from Copenhagen with the Doors. There's also no substantial information in regards to why the actual title track and song, Waiting for the Sun, and the Celebration of the Lizard King were not on this record. The Doors did not have a regular bass player in their group. Raymond Zarek would often play his keys and the bass line on his keys at the same time during live performances. This is a great song that has been sampled by Jay-Z, and it was called The Takeover off of The Blueprint, and Mos Def with The Rape Over off of Black Jack Johnson, A New Danger, it's called. A New Danger. The original song seems to be about the culture clash between the old and new generation from the 60s and 50s. It also seems to be about Jim Morrison letting his girlfriend know that he's on his way over. Here's the lyrics. Yeah, come on. I love my girl. She looking good. Come on. One more. Verse 1. 5-1, baby. 1 and 5. No one here gets out alive. Now, you get yours, baby. I'll get mine. Gonna make it, baby, if we try. The old get old and the young get stronger. May take a week and it may take longer. They got the guns, but we got the numbers. Gonna win. Yeah, we're taking over. Come on. Your balloon days are over, baby. Night is drawing near. Shadows of the evening crawl across the years. You walk across the floor with a flower in your hand, trying to tell me no one understands. Trade in your hours for a handful of dimes. Gonna make it, baby, in our prime. Then the chorus, come together one more time. Get together one more time. Get together one more time. Get together, aha. And the whole band is doing this a cappella on this rough mix. And it sounds really cool. Get together one more time. Get together one more time. And that keeps on repeating. Oh, bridge. Here's the bridge. Hey, come on, honey. You won't have a long wait for me. Baby, I'll be there in just a little while. You see, I got to go out in this car with these people and get together one more time. Get together one more time. Get together, got to. Get together, got to. Get together, got to. Take you up in my room and love my girl. She looking good, looking real good. Love you. Come on. Or come on. So the Doors' Waiting for the Sun record is about love, lust, suicide, war, Mother Nature, and rebellion. The 50-year anniversary edition is worth picking up. I just didn't care for the last 4 live recordings because the mono sound for me was distracting. If you can get past that, you will love it because the musicianship of the band is definitely evident despite the mono sound. I didn't realize how much I missed this record until I heard this remastered version. The rough mixes on the second disc don't sound that different with the exception of 5-1. I felt like the live tracks should have been called the rough mixes and the rough mixes should have just been called alternate takes. I give this record an 8.5 out of 10. They remastered and re-released Soft Parade, LA Woman. I don't have the remaster of the first record or Strange Days, so I have to go pick those up. But those remasters with bonus tracks are great. Soft Parade, LA Woman, it was great. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, this is still worth having if you're a Doors fan. This is a great record. There's a reason why this is a #1 album. The 60s was a great time for rock and roll, for the distinctness, the distinct sound that evolved from the different rock and roll bands of the 60s. The Beatles sound different from the Doors. They both had distinct sounds and it worked. Same with the Stones. So it was just very, very fascinating. So my favorite tracks on this album are, so off the first disc, it's the whole album. Hello, I Love You, Love Street, Not to Touch the Earth, Summer's Almost Gone, Wintertime Love, Unknown Soldier, Spanish Caravan, My Wild Love. That's a great track that people sleep on. We Could Be So Good Together, Yes, the River Knows, and 5 to 1. And it's crazy that the Doors got sampled by Jay-Z and Mos Def, just saying. But it was great versions of the song, too, just great stuff. Disc 2, with the rough mixes, Hello, I Love You, Summer's Almost Gone, Yes, the River Knows, Spanish Caravan, Love Street, Wintertime Love, Not to Touch the Earth, 5 to 1, My Wild Love. So all the alternate takes I like, except for the live tracks. So yeah, pick it up. It's a good album. And by the way, the title track, Waiting for the Sun, which I still don't know why it wasn't on the record. It was recorded, but they didn't put it on there. It was just a rock and roll mystery. I'll have to ask Bruce Botnick about that if I ever meet him. That track is on Morrison Hotel. Great record. So Waiting for the Sun's on that track. I don't know why. Rock and roll trivia, man. I'm still just like, why didn't you put it on? Why didn't you put it on there? Why would you name it this and then put it on the next album? I don't. Okay. Well, good people of the planet Earth and the known universe, you've been listening to Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast. You're Captain Keith. I hope you had a good time. I know I did. It's always good to be here and to be heard from all of you. Appreciate you. You're all amazing. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, there's more music to come. Got to review the new Shaka Khan record. Got to review the new Solange record. That just came out digitally, but not physically yet. So that's up. That's coming up. I got some stuff. We're probably gonna discuss some Muse and some other things. It's always gonna be the new Gary Clark Jr. I got you. I got all of you. It's coming. Well, until next time, thanks again, and see you somewhere out in space.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast, part of the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Just type in GSMC to find all the shows from the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network, from movies to music, from sports to entertainment, and even weird news. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program.